solve questions until 4 on exercise 13.2 on volume of combination of solids. Today I will solve 3 more questions in the same exercise on finding out the volume of combination of solids. Today I will start with question number 5. In this question you are given a cone. You are given a cone whose radius is 5 centimeters, and this cone is filled with water, and we are placing solid leads in this in this cone. Solid leads like this, appears like a shape of sphere, and its radius is 0.5 centimeters. Now the question here is, and we are placing a number of such solid spheres in this cone filled with water, and the water is filled until the brim. Here it's not overflowing, but it just equals this edge on the surface. Now after placing such leads, 1/4 of the volume contained in this cone comes out, or it overflows. So after placing this, say, n number of shots, 1/4 of the water comes out, or it overflows. So we have to find out, after placing, how many such shots in this cone 1/4 of the volume comes out. So let's solve now. Volume of the water overflow, that is overflow, is equal to, this is one word, it's not two words, 1/4 of the entire volume of this cone, and volume of the cone is given by 1/3 pi r square h. We have to take height. The height of the cone is given as 8 centimeters. This is 8 centimeters. So let's substitute the values of R and H in this formula to get the volume of water that overflows. So 1/4 multiplied by 1/3, and pi can be taken as 22/7. R, radius R is the radius of the cone, which is 5 centimeters. 5 into 5 into height, 8 centimeters. This is the volume of the water that overflows. But also at the same time, from the physics, we know that whenever an object is immersed fully or partially in a container containing fluid or water, you say anything, the volume of that object which is placed inside water, that object displaces the equal amount of volume equal to its own volume. The volume of water displaced by that object is equal to the volume of its own body, right? So therefore, volume of the water overflow is equal to number of such shots multiplied by volume of the solid sphere. I'll write it further here. So this is equal to volume of, for now let's keep this calculation simple as it is. Maybe when I'm equating the volume of this sphere, some terms might cancel out. So volume of sphere is not a sphere, but these are lead shots in the form of sphere, multiplied by n. Why n? Because we have to find out number of such shots placed inside the cone. So this is equal to, volume of sphere is given by 4/3 into 22/7 into radius cube. Radius cube is given by 0.5 whole cube. So I'll write 0.5 is equal to 1/2. Why am I writing 0.5 is 1/2? Because 2 divides 22 and also divides 4 here. That way some terms cancel out. So we write 0.5 as 1.2, 1/12. 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 2. So 4 by 3 pi into r cube. This whole term multiplied by n. Now if I call this equation, which is in terms of numbers, as 1 and this equation as 2, I can equate this 2, because volume of the water overflow is equal to number of such leads, the volume of number of such leads placed in the cone. So let's equate this 2. So 1 upon 4 into, inside of bracket, 1 by 3, 22 by 7 into 5 into 8 is equal to 4 upon 3. This term is equal to this term, right? This whole equation 2. 4 upon 3 into 22 by 7 into 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 to 1 by 2. This is multiplied by n. N is number of such shots. So 22 by 7 is present on both RHS and LHS, that is right hand side and left hand side. So it cancels out. This cancel out, right? And here there is 1 by 3 in the left hand side. This is left hand side is equal to right hand side, right? So 1 by 3, that is in the left hand side, is also present in the right hand side. So 1 by 3 cancels out. So what we are left out with is 1 upon 4, 5 and 8, and here on the RHS, or in the RHS, 4, 1 by 2, 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. If we equate these two terms, 1 by 4 into 5, okay, so this 5 into 5 can be written as 25. 25 times 8 is 200, because 25 times 4 is 100. Similarly, again 25. What I am actually doing here is I am splitting this 8 as 4 plus 4, and I know 5 into 5 is 25. So 25 times 4 gives me 100. How? 25 times 2 gives me 50. So such two 25s again will give me 50. That sum will be 100. So 25 times 4 is 100 plus 100 is 200. So 5 into 8 is 200, which is equal to 4 will cancel with these two 2's. 1 upon 4, 25 times 4 plus 25 times 4, that is 100 plus 100 is 200, which is equal to, now this is 4, okay, these two 2's will cancel with 4. So I'll just write 1 upon 2, that is n. So multiplied by n. Again, now if I cross multiply, 200 into 2 whole divided by 4 is equal to n. So this is 200 times 2 is 400. 400 upon 4 is 100. Or number of shots, lead shots, spherical shots, you can say anything, spherical shots is 100. I'll just explain this quickly once again. The main concept here is, when you are placing a solid object inside a container containing liquid, that solid object will displace some amount of water. The amount of water displaced will be equal to the volume of the object. That's the whole problem is based on that concept. And now what I've done is I've taken out, I know that volume of the water overflow is nothing but 1/4. This is given in the question. It is 1/4 of the volume of this cone. So volume of the cone is written and it is substituted to get the answer, and I've equated the volume of sphere multiplied by n, because again this water, the amount of water that overflows will be equal to the volume of the spheres, volume of such n spheres. So when I'm placing, or when I'm dropping 100 such spherical shots inside this conical object filled with water, 1/4 of the volume of the water comes out or overflows. Next question is question number 6 from exercise 13.2. And this question is totally different from what we have solved until now. This question is based on physics as well. We are going to use the concept of density, which is given by mass upon volume. The density is equal to ratio of mass by volume. But here in the question, what we have here is a solid iron pole, and there is another solid iron pole which is placed on top of this iron pole like this. Its diameter is given as 8 cm. Height is given as 60. Its height is given as 220 centimeters. And diameter of the bigger iron pole is given as 24 centimeters. So we have to find out what is the mass of this iron pole. Mass. Density, we know that from the physics, density is mass by volume. So therefore, mass is equal to product of density and volume. Until now, I've taught you to find how to find out volume of solid objects, right? But here we also have to know the density in order to find out mass. So in the given question, the data is also given on density. It says for 1 centimeter cube of space, there is 8 gram of mass present. Or in other terms, density is given as mass by volume. This is volume. So this is 8 grams per centimeter cube. This is density. So therefore mass is equal to, again from the same formula, density into volume, product of density and volume. Okay, the density is indicated by the symbol rho, and this is volume, and this is indicated as mass. M indicates mass. So we know the density as 8 grams per centimeter cube. In order to find mass, we'll find volume now. Volume of the entire solid object. Volume is equal to pi r square into h. Pi r square into h. Since there are two such solid iron poles placed on top of each other, with different heights, so I'll indicate this r as r1 h1 for the first bigger pole and r2 h2 for the second smaller pole. Let's take out the common terms out. There is only one common term. Volume V is equal to pi into r1 square h1 plus r2 square h2. If I am indicating r1 for the bigger pole, it is going to be half of 24 because 24 is diameter, not the radius. So radius is equal to 24 centimeter by 2 is equal to 12 centimeters. So this is equal to pi into r1 square. This is r1. R1 square is 12 square. 12 square is 144. You should be knowing from the table of squares. 12 square, 13 square. So I'll directly write here. 12 square is 144. I won't write directly because substitution carries mark. So I'll just substitute first. 12 square multiplied by, this is h1. Height 1 is 220 centimeters. 220 centimeters. Plus R2. R2 is the radius of the smaller pole, which is 8 centimeters. 8 square into h2. h2 is the height of the smaller pole, which is 60. this is equal to pi into, now we'll expand the expression. 12 square is 144. This is multiplied by 220 plus 64 into 60. In the textbook, it's always mentioned whether to use pi as 22.7 or 3.14. In this question or in this problem, we are told to use pi as 3.14. 3.14. Now let's multiply 144 and 22. I won't take 0 because 0 is just, if you, this is as good as 22 into 10, right? So 144 multiplied by 22. You can just do by as usual method, 4 into 8 and then 4 into 2 is 8. Or what you can do is, if you are good with addition, you can do this. 2 into 100, 200. Again 2 into 40, that is 80. Earlier we had 200, then 80, 100, then 80. What we have? We have 4 here. So this is 2 into 4, 8. Add all this. So this is 280. This works good if you are good with mental calculations. So this is 288 plus 288. 8. This is 16. Carry 1. 8 plus 2 10 plus 1 11. 2 plus 1 3. 3168. 3168. Let's apply this method. I am taking out just 60 from here and multiplying with, okay, there is 1 0 up here, we have left out it, we had left it out and just write it. 60 into 6, 360 plus 6 into 4. If you are not understanding what I'm doing here, this is what I'm doing, I'll write here. The product is 64 into 60, right? To do the calculations easier, I'm splitting this as 16 plus 4 into 60 or just 6. You can always add 0 later. 60 into 6, 360 plus 24. This is what we can do in mind instead of multiplying separately. 6 into 4, 24, then 6 into 6, 36, then adding. So this is 384. So 384 with a 0 here. Let's add this. So this is equal to 3.14 multiplied by plus 0, 0, 8 plus 4, 12, 2, carry forward 1, 8 plus 6, 14, plus 1, 15, 5, carry forward 1, again then 8 plus 1, 9, plus 1, 10, carry forward 1, 3 plus 3, 6, plus 1, 7. Now you have to multiply 3.14 with 70520. Let's multiply that. 3.14 can be written as, I'll just write straight away here. This point, if you remove in the rational form, it will become 314 by 100. And 0 will cancel out with this 0. Now what do we have here? 314 into 7052 divided by 10. So 7052 multiplied by 314. Let's multiply this. 4 into 2, 8. Y 4 is 20. 2. 0. 4 into 0 is 0. Plus 2. 2. 7 4 is 28. Plus 1 into 2. 2. Again 1 into 5. 5. Okay. 7052 times 1 is 7052. So 7052. 0, 7. 7052. Plus 3 2s are 6. 3 5 is 15. 5. Carry 1. 3 into 0 plus 1. Again 1. Again 7 is 21. This is 21 here. So this is, sum is 8, 0 plus 2, 2, 6 plus 2, 8 plus 5, 13, carry 1, 9 plus 5, 14, 4. Now carry 1. Now we have 2 plus 1, 3, plus 7, 10, plus 1, 11. 1, carry 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 21, 43, 28. That's the product. Now this is not the answer. This is just the volume. This is in terms of centimeter cube. And if you multiply that with 8, you get the answer. So let's multiply this by 8. So 1, 4, 53, 28. 8 times 8, 64, 4, 6, 16 plus 6, 22. 3, 24 plus 2, 26. 8, 4, 32 plus 2, 34. 8 plus 3, 11. Now this carry forward is here. 8 into 16, 8 into 2 is 16, 16 plus 1, 17. Carry 1. 8 into 1 is 8, 8 plus 1, 9. 9, 71, 41, 62. Gram per centimeter.
Choose the right kindergarten, a right bag, and matching bottle to go with. The right school, the right friends. Choose the right subjects and score well. Be an expert in all. The right teacher, and make sure that they like you. Choose the right timing, the right bus, and take a cab if getting late. The right train, and don't stand near the gates. Mind the pockets. Better get into ladies' compartment. Make sure your mustache hasn't started coming. Choose the right study time and forget games. IPL, IHL, rock and metal, guitar, X. The right group and be a model to your brother. Seriously. Choose the right syllabus, the right test paper. Keep guessing questions for exams. Choose the right branch, the right college, the right stream. Choose the right career. Lucky to have a father's business to take care of and a father to allow that. The right counselor, the right form, and make sure the project is submitted on time. Choose the right website and rely on your friends for more information. Oblivious of the sites they have been to, there is no end to your woes. Getting better with every step you climb up the ladder. The summer vacation shorter, the bucket list bigger. The night darker, the books heavier. The only light you have is your friends ahead of you. Probably he is right. Ever thought how he got the direction? No more spending your energy and money on coaching classes. No more missing classes for rain, rally, and nonsense. Get your interest back in subjects through our creative ways of teaching. Doubts, concepts, applications, all explained through one vibrant animation. Subjects covered by multiple teachers with repeat telecasts. Special programs only for basic foundation and paper analysis. Personality development, career counseling, admissions, hobbies, all covered. A new approach to study with long-term perspective. So sit back comfortably in your homes and watch Study Spectrum TV channel.
Let's add these two and multiply that with 3.14. That will get volume. 31680 plus 3840. 0, 2, 8 plus 7 is 15, 5 carry 1, 3, 4, 5, 3, 3 double 5 2, 0. That is multiplied with 3.14. 3.14 can be written as 314 by 100. 314 can be written as 314 upon 100, that is multiplied by 35520. 35520. 10 goes out here. Why? You might be wondering why am I just cancelling here. Why am I cancelling is, the only reason is 3552 can be written as into 10, right? This is 35520 and 100 can be written as 10 into 10. So 110 goes out. That's why. That's the reason. So what we have now is 3552. Now what I am going to do is I am going to multiply 3552 with 314 and then divide by 10. This has gone out, right? We know that. Gone out here. This is into 340. 340 into 0. 4 into 2 is 8. 5 4 is 20. 0. Carry forward is 2. 5 into 4 20 plus 2 22. 4 into 3 is 12 plus 2 14 plus 3552 times 1 is 3552. So just write 2553 plus 3 into 2 is 6. 3 into 5 is 15. 5 carry forward 1. 3 into 5 is 15 plus 1 16. 6 carry forward 1. 3 into 3 is 9 plus 1 10. Let's add this. So you have 8 2 5 plus 6 is 11 plus 2 13 carry forward 1. 5 plus 5 10 plus 4 14 plus 1 15 carry forward 1. 6 plus 3 is 10 plus 1 11 plus 1 12 carry forward 1. But remember there is a 10 in the denominator here. Remember there is 10 in the denominator. So divide this whole number by 10. This will give me 532.8. We'll find the approximate weight, not the exact weight. So approximate this value to 11533. If it is greater than 0.5, this becomes 2.8 becomes 3. If it is lesser than 0.5, it just becomes 2. Approximation, this is 2.8, so which is greater than 2.5. When the approximation, if it is greater than 2.5, approximate it to 3. If it is 2.6 and 2.7, so on and so forth. Similarly, when you have values lesser than 2.5, it remains 2. Now this is the volume. Volume in centimeters cubic or cubic centimeters. Now volume when multiplied by density gives me mass, which I am supposed to find. So just multiply this. Let's multiply these two numbers. 8 into 3 is 24. 24 plus 2, 26. 6 carry forward 2. 8 5 is 40 plus 2, 42. 8 1 is 8 plus 2, 10. 8 into 1 is 8 plus 1 9 and this is 8. Density in terms of grams per centimeter cube. Grams per centimeter cube. If you want to convert this into just say grams per meter cube, what we can do here is 890 264. Divide this by 1 followed by 6 zeros. I'll tell you why. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grams per meter cube. That is because 1 centimeter is equal to 0.01 meters. Or I can also write this as 10 raised to minus 2 meters. And now this is raised to power 3 here. So when I am raising power 3 to both sides, this becomes 1 cm cube is equal to 10 raised to minus 2 whole power 3. This is equal to 10 power minus 6. This is equal to again 1 by 1 followed by 6 zeros. 6 zeros. That's what I've done in short. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So density will be equal to 0.8926 grams per meter. You can just, you could have left it here if you wanted to proceed further. If you understood, if you understood, or if you are good with conversions, you can do conversions, or you can just leave it here. I'll explain quickly the entire problem just 1 or 2 minutes. This is solid iron pole. This bigger iron pole placed on smaller, a small iron pole is placed on a bigger iron pole, and the dimensions are given 220, 60, 8, 24. What we are finding here is mass. We are asked to find out the mass of this iron pole, which is given by product of volume into density. Mass is product of volume into density from the physics. So I have written mass as density into volume. I know what density is. It is given in the data as 8 grams per centimeter. What this actually means is, in 1 centimeter cube of area, what this its meaning is, if this is box of 1 centimeter cube, then it weighs 8 grams. That's the meaning of this, 8 grams per centimeter cube. Then we find volume, then multiply that volume with density, we get mass. Volume is given by volume of